take a look at this. It's a bit of flash that the other survivors must have missed. Good thing you've got all HLN-A following you around, right? There's a reason I'm following you around, you know. My creator, Helena, used to be a survivor like you. If I observe you, maybe I can understand her better. It fascinates me how you survivors find your own solutions to problems. Stranded in a strange land with no tools? Just punch the trees! I never would have guessed that's effective. Can't wait to see what solutions you come up with in the Genesis simulation. Like, how do you build a fort on the open sea? Or in a volcanic hellscape? It's not all punching trees, mate. This place is dangerous. If you don't starve, the dinos will get you. Or the environment. Or who knows what else. 30% of survivors don't live to see a second day. And 55% don't make it past the first week. It's a little odd that they're called survivors when they're not so good at it. You, though? I got a good feeling about you. After all, they're putting you in the Genesis simulation for a reason, eh? I don't understand how you survivors decide what to tame and what to eat. Take a gander at the creatures we've seen lately. They aren't exactly cute. What makes you look at something that's all scales and fangs and say, "That one there, that'll be a right ripping pet"? Or, "I fancy that dino for brekkie this morning"? Tame them or eat them, that's your call, I reckon. Just don't let them eat you, eh? This Ark has creatures that never were, if you catch my meaning. It's not all dinosaurs from prehistory. The minds behind this Ark dug into their mythology books, not just their Dinos for Kiddos books. Get used to it. You'll see some things in the Genesis simulation that never were, too. I reckon it's yet another way to keep you survivors on your toes. Who made this Ark so bloody hot? I swear the heat is making me dizzy. And I'm a hologram. You must be burning up. Wait, I get it. It's your clothes, isn't it? You drape different things over your torso or whatnot depending on whether it's hot or cold. That's brilliant! But it won't work for me. More's the pity. Well, we better get used to the heat. There's a lot of it in our future. I just discovered something curious. The minds that made the Arks used them to test some of the critters that you'll find in the Genesis simulation. My scanner tells me that an immense lizard with an internal biofurnace was tested here. They don't have that creature on this Ark anymore. We'd see the scorch marks if they did. But they tested the fire lizard here before you survivors came along. I wonder why they decided to have them only in the simulation. This whole Ark is on the verge of collapse. There's radiation, mutant creatures, toxic gas, earthquakes. Not the lush paradise that's supposed to be here. I'm not sure how to put this, but, we didn't do this, did we? I mean, I've seen you survivors mow through berry bushes and chop through entire forests, but trash an entire Ark? That's another level. And if you did trash this place, don't tell me. Best I don't know. My scanners are showing element all over the place. Be careful with that stuff. Why? 2 reasons. First, I've seen how element can transform critters from a muppet to a menace. We have creatures in the Genesis simulation that go crazy for this stuff. Second, element gets into a survivor's mind too. Helena, my creator, knew a survivor who couldn't get enough element. Drove him stark raving mad, it did. I don't understand how you live with the danger all the time. Every shadowy corner or dark cave here has something lurking. Usually something that wants to eat you. I wish I could help, but Helena didn't exactly kit me out for combat. No grenade launchers or anything like that. She didn't even give me limbs to hold a weapon. All I've got is short-range scanners, diagnostic software, and a charming personality. Oh, and an extensive library of Australian vulgarities. I wonder when that'll become relevant. The background levels of element are way higher on this Ark. I wonder whether that was part of the plan, to see what you survivors would do with element if you had access to it. Or maybe it's the reverse. The plan was to see what element would do if it had access to survivors. That's the thing about element. It adapts to whatever it's in contact with. If you aren't careful, element can corrupt you. But I know you'll be careful. After all, we made it this far, eh? When things got really bad on Earth, Wars, element corruption, all sorts of troubles. Humans thought of all sorts of ways to escape. One way to escape was Homo Deus, another step in human evolution. Another way, from a certain point of view, was these arks. And the Genesis simulation was another escape plan. You survivors, though, you're made of tougher stuff. You adapt and endure rather than running away. I wonder whether there are no humans anywhere on Earth anymore. Other than you survivors, of course. No sign of them anywhere on my scanners. Earth's a big place, of course, but you'd think there'd be radio signals or something to let us know we aren't the last ones on Earth. And if there are no more humans, where'd they all go? Did they do each other in, or did the Titans get them? With all you humans accomplished, you'd think there'd be a remnant out there somewhere. We're pioneers, but we aren't the first survivors to get back to Earth. Years ago, a few survivors got back, one of whom was Helena, the survivor who made me. They saw the same devastation you're seeing right now, and they sought their own way to escape. For Helena, that meant ascending and becoming Homo Deus, an energy being beyond our reality. For her friends, it meant a long journey to a place called Arat Prime, where they figured out a way to beam Helena into the Genesis simulation. And then she made me. Once Helena's friends beamed her into the Genesis simulation, she made me. But then she left. I guess Homo Deus beings can't stay in our reality, or the simulation, for very long. She gave me basic access to the simulation, but not a lot of guidance beyond that. But in watching you, I'm pretty sure what I'm supposed to do. Help you out as a companion and friend, just like Helena helped her friends, and her friends helped her. Together, we're going to master the Genesis simulation and pass every test they give us.